Hello folks, and welcome to another daily Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. I will not make any initial comment today. I will take a look more to the issue related to stablecoins, BUSD, Paxos, and so on and so forth. But it seems that the main problem comes hitting to Binance, I guess related to the Department of Justice statement they did several weeks ago. However, the settlement between ECC and Kraken could be also be the first indicator that we are in a transition of regulation. I would be extremely careful with that. That's bullish for the long term, but it's not really bullish for the short term. I will make an initial comment a little bit longer, maybe 50 minutes, to explain a little bit more about regulation, why regulation, what's the goal when we are talking about regulation, how regulation could look like on crypto, something that's really difficult to say at the moment because it's early stage, we need to see. But yeah, so let us take a look to the market, and then we can tomorrow talk about what's happening more in detail. So then let us go directly to the weights ratio 30 days moving average. And yes, you can see that. That's crazy. That's really crazy. So it lifted up even more than just before. It went up almost to 80, and now it's declining. And that over the weekend once again. We will see also the flow activity, but that's not good at all. Not good at all, and it's absolutely indicating that big guys are exiting. They just want to distribute more and more and more. It seems they know something we don't, and they are using any kind of opportunities to leave the market. But we need to see, because I think we still have the opportunity to go more up with Bitcoin. But yes, that's something we need to check today as well. So first of all, we can see, and usually that means they want to let the price go up, and afterwards usually that's what the price does, and then they start to distribute again. That's what we can see. Then they let the price go up a little bit, they distribute more. That's what they are doing since a while. We can see that the weights ratio 30 was moving average went up to 86. We are not at 90. 90 is for me in particular a level that's absolutely not good at all. But while the stablecoin reserves on centralized exchanges declined a lot, and we are maintaining. It's nothing happened there, but we need to see what's going to happen next year. If we can maintain this price at 21.5, or if we will break and go more down. That's something we need to see. So let us go to the next chapter. So also here we can see, that was just 2 days ago. So that was Saturday. And Saturday we received 2,000 Bitcoins. That's really strange. But at the same time, an outflow of 2,000 Bitcoins. So they are absorbing, someone at the same time absorbing as much as they can. And nobody knows exactly what's behind. But someone else on the other side is selling and selling and selling and selling. Like, it looks, if you take a look here, you would say, hey, that's wash trading. It looks like, I don't know if what they are doing and who is buying it, absorbing all the risk there on the table. Maybe they know something, but nobody knows exactly who is behind, who is paying it, who is buying all these Bitcoins at the same time, while it seems that big guys are selling. I mean, these guys are not retailers. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But maybe part of those who are absorbing here are maybe also retailers, because it's, you know, 1 hour time frame. So maybe that's also part of it. Nobody knows, but that it's not huge, but the inflows rise again. So if we take a look to the stable coins, for example, also here, I don't know what happened here, but big outflows at the same time, big inflows. You can see here the net flow was maybe a little bit more in part of the inflows, and that explains why the price went up again, hitting 22k, I guess. And since then, nothing more happening. Let us go forward. So here we can see, for example, that funding rate declined a lot, then pushed up. We can see, for example, open interest declined a lot, went up, down, up. Well, doesn't matter, the tendency here. And we can see, for example, that leverage ratio declined from here and now up. So leverage ratio, they are using once again more leverage than volume. Today we can see 247 millions here in stablecoin to derivative exchanges, while 300 millions outflow, and here also the same, indicating it's almost a zero-sum game. And very interesting here, the same happening to bitcoins. 2,547 bitcoins inflow, 2,674 bitcoins outflow. And the same here, also indicating a little bit more, as you can see, negative net flow, indicating more bitcoins leaving the centralized exchanges. So if we go forward, also here we can see that the funding rate, the aggregated, open interest declined, but the tendency is still positive. Same, for example, here the leverage ratio. And if we take a look, for example, here we can see that finally we had a break here. So the tendency is now they are demanding more shorts at the moment than longs. The last big liquidation was February 9th, so 4 days ago, where we liquidated almost 2,500 bitcoins in longs and 240 in shorts, so nothing big. And today, just peanuts. On Binance, also here, open interest lifting up, leverage ratio even more, and funding rate lifting up. Many people are indicating, hey, we will go next up again. And it's I don't know. I hope that's people who are making short-term trades and with having in mind at every time it can happen something and the market can go down hard, and maybe I can't even take my money out. So something we should have in mind. Absolutely. I'm still not trading. Absolutely not, because in my opinion, the risks are much higher than potentially the reward. So I really don't care. But it's really hard at the moment to trade, taking into account all the information's coming from different sides, right? So if we take a look to blockchain whispers, I don't know what happened here, why it's I would like to see, that's my one. Okay, we can see here 63 to 37. Extremely bullish. Looking here, and similar to Ethereum. So many people are really expecting, hey, up again. That was a correction, and well, I mean, at least I would expect 22,400 to retest and get rejected there and then go down more, or maybe go up and break to the upside. So if that's short-term trade, why not? Will be okay. If we take a look on Bitfinex, shorts coming up and reducing longs, we had almost 2.4 billion, so a lot declined here, but nothing else. Let us take a look now to the Kingfisher, and we see here that we have a big liquidation cluster between 22,800 and 23,600. Everything else extremely low leverage, and only on the long side we need to go even more down, hitting 19,400 for example. Let us take a look to the high leverage. I guess it's on the side of shorts. Yeah, completely. So to go at least up to 240, in my opinion, 22,400 should be the next step to go up. Of course, only if SPY, SPX, support that trend, that push up, then it should happen. Also something we need to see. But I think 22,400, retest that area, and then let us take a look what happens next. So options, what's happening there? Well, let us take a look. We have here a put wall at 21,750, and that's what I said. As soon as the price starts to decline, even options are flipping from bullish to bearish. That's why I said so many times. So it's good to know what they think, what's their sentiment, but I wouldn't trade just because they are bullish, you know. So yeah, at the moment indicating that we have a resistance at 21,750, and that's it. Everything else is so tiny. I don't think, I mean, it can have an effect for the price, but nothing big. If we take a GAX, for example, it declined very well, still in the positive side, 86,000, indicating we can go a little bit more down. So yeah, maybe even break 21,500, but we need to see. If we take a look to strategies, of course, bear diagonal spread with calls, 4,000 of them, that's really big. But however, we need to see premium 500,000, that's not big at all. Bear put spread, for example, with 1,248, also only a premium of 200k. And bull put spread, 750, but a premium of 1.5 million. That's maybe even bigger. So I would say let us check all these three. 350 lots, it's really just too small. So I would just analyze those three here. So bear diagonal spread with okay, that's this one, 12 instruments, positions, and we need to check. Here we have some, but it's absolutely not big. And if we take a look, we can say, oh, listen, that's not bearish, right? Well, it's a strategy where you make your money with net credit, and so you know, it's not really about the levels, but however, also here the maximum profit is realized if the Bitcoin price falls sharply below the strike price of the short call, so with a lower strike. If we take a look here, for example, it's indicating sharply below 36k. Well, I mean, everything below of 36k, that's where we are right now, you know. So if we take a look, I mean, they are really expecting to see a price. I'm not sure how to interpret this strategy, if it's really just about net credit, or if they are expecting something huge in that case, because 60k, 36k, that's really big. I doubt we can see 60k, but however, let us see. It should be a bearish strategy. It looks extremely bullish to me, but I guess because they are using the opportunity of that net credit where they make just the main money. Yeah, as you see, it's almost the same. 60k 36, 60k 36, and so on and so forth. Let us go to the beer put spread. The beer put spread. Here's the beer put spread. Also here 12 positions only, and the beer put spread is a bearish strategy. So also here, for example, to make the maximum profit, the Bitcoin price has to be at or below the strike price of the short put. That's with a lower strike. Also something we will check here. And they are indicating, for example, if we take a look, what will be the biggest? It's really very low in premium. So for example, here they are indicating below 21.5, below 21k, below 21.5. So they are expecting we will break 21.5 until end of this week. That's what they are expecting. It's a short-term strategy. So interesting, but it's not big enough. I wouldn't say, hey, I don't know, these guys are big institutionals making a big bet. Doesn't look like. So then bull put spread, that's the third one, and the bull put spread is the opposite of the bear put spread, because it's more a strategy indicating they are expecting, for example, to go up, and in that case, for example, they are expecting, or another way explaining it, it's also limited with net premium received, less commissions. So that would be their big, or not big gain, but to maximum their profit, they are expecting that the Bitcoin price will be at or above the strike price of the short put, so with a higher strike. And in that case, we have a bigger premium here, indicating they are expecting until end of March, or even until end of April, to see a price above of 23k. Something we had already, so why not to revisit that area? Maybe go up to 25k. In my opinion, that should be it. I mean, they are waiting there at 25k since a while with big sell orders, and I'm still convinced that the whole rally here is just a trap. It's just an exit rally, and they can push even more up with futures, like they did, and then sell more spot. Because I think the problem is not crypto maybe in general, but spot. And exchanges, they can use other different platforms and markets to trade crypto, just futures and options, for example. CME, for example, is a full regulated market, so that would make sense for them, and they know that ECC doesn't have any problem with futures, but they have a big problem with spot. All the spot ETF rejections, we remember. So also here we need to see. To make a summary, I would say it's nothing. It's really nothing. They are not indicating anything big. They are indicating that we can have a breakout until end of the week at 21.5, and they are also indicating that they would expect to push up above of 23k until end of March or until end of April. That's it. Well, let us go forward. So now we can see what they are doing. Well, we can see, for example, BTC USDT is declining. That's BUSD declined, pushed up a bit, and now distributing even more. And fiat, for example, doing the opposite, pushed up very hard and now declining. And that matches very well to what, for example, these guys did as well, Bitcoin collateral, and even this guy. So maybe some hedge funds making quick money quick profit. It's possible. If you take a look, now we have here the aggregated one, so everything is selected, and here's only BTC, BUSD. Also here you can see that they were using BUSD more to push up the price to maintain, and they pushed here, while the aggregated is almost indicating it was almost, you know, not really pushing up very hard. But yeah, stable coins and Bitcoin collateral futures also. So correlates very well. BTC USDT Binance only declining, aggregated as mentioned. That's what we see here. On Bitfinex, once again, you know, distributing all the time. We can see here, for example, BTC USDT on Bybit, also nothing new, declined here and then pushed up. We can see here Coinbase buying. I don't know who is buying, but they are buying. Bitstamp also here buying and declining. And we can see here Kraken. I think Kraken, I don't know exactly what they are doing, to be honest. And then of course Gemini, you can see they didn't even really started to distribute here a little bit, but nothing, absolutely nothing. They started to buy here and they are still maintaining, not even selling. So could be also an indicator that they are expecting to go up more. If we take a look, retailers pushing up very hard. These guys pushing up, these guys pushed up, but they are still maintaining. These guys declined, maintaining right now. Market maker maintaining. These guys since a while also maintaining, and here reduced even more from by 5,000 bitcoins. So someone is selling here. I don't know who, from 677,000 bitcoins since beginning of the year, so nothing big. We can see here, for example, retailers, you can see more wallets coming in, also here, also here, also here. So retailers are absorbing what it seems what whales are unloading. Here declining wallets, here lifted up a little bit, here declining. So they are shifting to these guys here. These guys, for example, shifted to these guys here, and so on and so forth, indicating they are reducing more and more. If you take a look, BUSD, that's the Paxos BUSD, not the Binance BUSD. So that's the Ethereum based BUSD. Be careful, because we have the, in my opinion, one of the best and most regulated stablecoin, that's Paxos, on a voluntary way. That's something I liked very much all the time. So for example, here today we had 86 million inflows. 86 million inflows. Let me make that here so it makes more sense. We can see, and here a big outflow of 50 million. So also here indicating, you know, some people are buying, and then you see some big guy is declining. The question is, who is trying to hold the price? That's a big question. I guess even maybe the key question, but I can't see that. So if we go forward, we can see, for example, Binance. Here you can see usually we have a transaction volume that's very small with the BEC BUSD. That's the native Binance stablecoin. They just use the name BUSD, like Paxos BUSD, but you know, it's not a Paxos provided stablecoin, it's a Binance provided stablecoin. And a lot of transactions happening here today. So I guess many people are swapping to other stablecoins. If we take a look here, for example, we can see Also related to USDT, we have more outflows than inflows. At least, well, they started here, for example, pushing up the price and then started to decline and take in profit. So what they are doing are small, I wouldn't say pump and runs. It's just a little bit up, then against down, taking profit. And only related to USDC, for example, we had all the time, more, as you can see here, also with the supply declining more and more. And then we had here, how much is that here? 60 million USDC inflows. If we start to zoom out a little bit, you see that in a better way what's happening here. And you can see that just, for example, today, as tweeted, we had 1 billion in exchange outflows today and 340 millions in inflows. It's something is, and you can see that blue is much bigger than yellow, indicating much more outflows. As we had December 13th, a huge inflow, in my opinion, is they used all these, sent them to Binance. Binance convert automatically USDC and BUSD, use them for stable coins, for futures to push up the price. And while they did that, they started to cash out on Coinbase. So yeah, well, and market maker extremely active at the moment, really extremely active, and you know, very strange. Also stablecoin outflows bigger, fund holdings just declining once again, of course. And even here we can see, it seems that futures are coming back related to oh no, okay, sorry, it wasn't. So they are still using the opportunity to buy more spot and reduce more the futures. So also here we need to see what's going to happen next. I can imagine, as long as they know we still have some time, I guess they will use every single opportunity to make quick profit. And when they are done, they are done. They will not care about what will happen to crypto, to be honest. That's a little bit the trader mentality, right? So yeah, we will see. Let's go forward. So on Coinbase, they removed, for example, the wallet $20,700, while the wallet 25 keeps being there. The next, they reinforced 16.5, for example, and we still have a lot of liquidity waiting there. So also here, a bunch of liquidity, everything below 20,500. So it wouldn't surprise me if we are going a little bit more, hitting 19,300. Why? We still have a remaining gap there. You remember? That was over the weekend, pushed up very hard and created a gap. So maybe first down and then maybe FOMO pump hitting 25K again before we go down. But it's really, I don't think these guys knows everything. I think they are just making business as usual, and they know at any time can happen something that can let the market crash. So on Bitstamp, nothing. Reinforced 19.5. And that's it. 15K, otherwise 25K, otherwise, and that's it. Binance, BTC USDT. On Binance at the moment, we can see we have here almost 936 Bitcoin wall at 21,400 at the moment, and they are also limiting the way up at 21,800. That's what we can see. At the same time, we have here a bunch of volume, reinforced a little bit at 20K, but also here everything at 19K waiting. To the upside, remove the wall here, and the next one will be 24K, otherwise 25. and that's it. So it's going to be a challenge, in my opinion, just to break. Only if it's if that's, of course, if that's, for example, spoofing, they can remove them and push up hard. So we need to see. Binance BUSD. Let us see. They are still here, 23.5, 25, and yeah, and waiting 21k, 20,500, 20,300, 20,000, and so on and so forth. And also here, for example, they are waiting at 22k, so nothing changed really. Bitfinex, on Bitfinex, they are also waiting at 20,500 or 19k, and that's it. Everything else just smaller sell levels. OKEX, nothing. Kraken, wow, what is Kraken doing? Look, they are really bullish. Okay, that's crazy. What are these guys doing? So waiting at 23.9, otherwise 23.4, that's it, but that's crazy. I mean, it's not huge, but if we check that between 23.3 and 20,000, we have a big gap. So we have almost 900 bitcoins to buy and only 400 bitcoins to sell. Bybit, BTC USD, nothing. BTC USDT, nothing. BitMEX removed even the wall to the downside, and they are limiting at 20,900, 20,700, 20,500. So, but nothing big, while at the same time waiting at 22.1 with a big sell order. Binance Futures waiting at 20,200. It seems they removed a little bit. Also here 21.3 too long, nothing huge to short. BTC BUSD, they remove the walls at 22.4, but also to the downside. Also here still waiting, more short volume than long volume, for example. Bitfinex derivatives waiting here at 22.2 and 21. Kraken futures waiting at 22.2 as well. I think they will kill the late shorts, high leverage late shorts first, and then we need to see. I think first down, then up. But it looks like we are not done yet. So Deribit here looks also a little bit different. They are waiting at 19.8. Reduced or removed even a lot of liquidity, and they are also here waiting with sell orders. And that's it. So let us go to the next chapter. If I don't sound very motivated today, it's not because I'm not motivated. I'm just tired. It was a really painful weekend. Painful. So let us go to the next chapter. So what we see here in the 1 hour time frame is what we see here in the 1 day time frame. So 1 day means we see, for example, we didn't break this area here, then afterwards we went down, tried once again, failed, and afterwards we dumped. Then we bounced here. That was a dead cat bounce, and now it's following a little bit this trend line. My opinion, yeah, it can happen very quick, just to go down, retest that, and then more down afterwards, hitting 19,500 as mentioned, to go there. What does that mean here in the other chart? Oh my god, Inspo. I need vacation. I really need vacation. So let me take a look. 19,500. So means if we break that area where we are right now at 21.5, some people would say, the most experts out there, oh, that's a double bottom, up only. Well, as mentioned, I would be careful here at 21.5, because if we break this one, we are going directly to 20,200, and then in my opinion 19.5, something like that, you know, maintain here, and then we need to see, because then even the last, as I know, the last remaining gap we have created should be done, and then we need to see what's going to happen next, right? But yeah, that's almost it. Otherwise, I would expect, so my bullish, that's my bearish scenario. My bullish scenario would be just, you know, to go up, retest that area that's between 20,000, 22.6 and 22.4, so almost 25, 22.5. Got rejected here, go down again, and then something like that. So I would be extremely careful. However, what you are trading, be careful, and always, as mentioned so many times in the recent days, calculate your reward and calculate your risk. Hedge if you can. Buy spot, go short, or like on Bitget, go long, go short at the same time. Maybe we can make a swing trade then, you know. Just you need to figure out what will be the best under the current situation, taking into account that at any time something can happen that brings volatility back to the market and maybe a big dump. That's the only thing. So big love, be careful. We will see us tomorrow with more time and with an initial comment. Big love, your Inspo. See you tomorrow. Trade carefully.